Hey SGLers, welcome back to another stream. We've got two games on for you tonight. We've got ECRC taking on FSD Chrome. That's going to happen here very shortly. We also have Sounders RC taking on EM right now. That's in the middle of game one. We'll be periodically checking in on that one in progress. But for now, we are going to focus on the ECRC Chrome series. While that's getting loaded up, I did want to pass it to Palace really quick to give us a game one update over for Sounders RC El Matador. What do you got, Palace?
How's it going, SGL? Right now we've got 1 minute 10 seconds to go, and Christmas has just taken the lead for Sounders RC for the first time in the match. El Matador started with this one out. It's been pretty back and forth. Not a whole lot to separate these two sides. Chances are few and far between. El Matador did take the first chance of the game, went up 1-0, but then Sounders RC came storming back, and as you just saw right here, Christmas made it 2, and now Nocturnal has made it 3 with 1:03 left to go. Sounders RC find themselves 2 goals up with 63 seconds left.
Yeah, thanks, Palace. That's going to be a huge result for Sounders RC if they can hold on. Of course, at the bottom of the table there, they're trying to claw their way back up. But this would be a good result for them. I think they've looked a lot better as of late, just needing that little bit of chemistry that SGL teams really do need in the grand scheme of things, especially in the Prem nowadays. It's the level has gotten so good that those little things like chemistry, consistency, less mistakes are really going to cause teams to win. And so really, really good play from the Seattle boys. And we'll see how EM responds as well as we're getting close to kickoff here for the Frontera Chrome ECRC series. We're going to get the players in the lobby here shortly, but yeah, 30 seconds left. It's looking doable for Sounders RC to get at least 1 point. This Christmas is going to turn on that as Knock picked up the mid boost. He's going to try and solo play. Doesn't really air roll correctly, so it's not going to go well for him. As Christmas is going to put this one into his own net. Indestructible Red Knox touch. It's going to be a 1-goal game with 12 seconds left, so hold on a second. Sounders RC not out of the clear just yet.
One thing that I do want to say about Sounders RC, I like how there was a little indication earlier before the game started. They came in on time, ready to go. They were the ones who were like, hey, what's going on? We playing? And they were just ready to go, locked and loaded. Whereas EM took a little bit longer to get in the lobby, seemed a little bit disoriented coming into the game, which obviously now they find themselves with a chance as the ball has still not hit the floor. But Sounders RC, hold up a minute. Oh, what a save from Nocturnal. Will this hit the ground? There's nobody there to touch, and yes, it will. Sounders RC taking advantage of a little early chaos and a little bit of discombobulation from El Matador to take a 1-0 series lead. So yeah, that will be notable. We'll see how El Matador responds. Now they're in the flow a little bit, got a late goal, a little bit of momentum, but ultimately wasn't able to turn that one around.
Yeah, Palace, that's a perfect assessment. Yep, the early goals from Sounders RC carrying them late into this match. You see a highlighting from Christmas, 474, really well done there from my favorite holiday. And yeah, we'll see how EM respond. I know they do have some subs as well. Who knows if who's available and who's not. I don't know, Palace, if you can tell us if there's going to be any subs or anything like that. I guess for either team going into game 2.
So there will be a sub for El Matador. It will be Skyline, aka Total Toadster, coming off for the Couve. So we'll see how this goes. I love me a little Couve appearance in SGL because typically when he joins, things go one of two ways. He is either a catalyst for Sounders RC is giving me a little bit of attitude, which I might give them red cards because I'm a referee for this one. Christmas told me, we can't sub, right? And so touche, Christmas, and yeah, you're getting a red card. I hope y'all. No, I'm kidding. I don't hope y'all lose. I actually would really like y'all to win because I think it would be cool to see the underdog win.
Yeah, I
But
agree. Like you mentioned earlier, yeah, Sounders RC are at the bottom of the table, unfortunately, and EM kind of been, I don't know if disappointing is the right word. I think I said on the podcast that they've looked about average this season, as Christmas and Noct going to combine for another early goal for Sounders RC. So right now, Sounders RC taking that game win momentum and turning it into offense early in game 2. Yeah, more discombobulation, like you mentioned, Palace, for EM. As I'm just going to make sure that we are doing the check-ins correctly for this other game. I don't think the other game has started quite yet, so we're still live looking on Sounders RCEM.
yeah, EM just not looking up to the challenge right now. They're looking out of sorts. They are all over the place. You know, teammates tripping over one another and stuff like that. Although I do like this idea from Indestructible getting up to Luis, who drops it down, but unfortunately the third was not there to complete that play, which would have been a disgusting 1-2-3 play. But yeah, there was that Kuv is he goes one of two ways. He's either the catalyst for El Matador just blowing the brakes off the other team. Like when he pops off, he pops off, but when he doesn't, it gets a little bit choppy. And so we're kind of seeing the other end of that right now. You know, usually I feel like it goes better than this, but right now we're kind of seeing the other end of that, as there's a chance for Sounders, but nobody to get on the end of the shot off the backboard.
I think the rotations have been really good coming in for Sounders RC, as Blind's going to double the lead with 3:20 left in this game too. I'm not sure where the defense was. Kuv just didn't have the boost to...
That is all good.
So
I'm just gonna pretend we are.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because Kuv was he challenged us a little bit too early, and I don't think he realized that he was the last one back, because Luis was out of position with 0 boost, and then Indestructible was still recovering from a previous challenge and also had no boost, so there was just nobody behind him. So a little bit of an ill-advised challenge, but you know, it happens to the best of us.
Let's say Blind. Here he goes on attack. Christmas can't get it down in time as Kuv clears. But yeah, right now this ball has been a majority in the orange half, with just the few times it has been in the blue half, it hasn't been dangerous. Other than this chance, it's gonna go in as an own goal. Indestructible off the crossbar. I'm not sure who that hit last. Was it Blind?
I think it was. That's the second EM goal that has come by way of own goal, which, to be fair, I feel like calling the Christmas one an own goal is a little bit unfair to him, because it was already going in. He just tried to save it. But that one was absolutely not going in. Blind, I'm going to flame you for this, even though I know you won't see this, but just know I'm on your ass, boy. Pause.
Pause indeed. Pause indeed. As, yeah, we're just over halftime in game 2. And once again, it is going to be Sounders RC, the bottom of the table. Sounders RC in the lead against mid-table EM. So a little bit of an upset brewing potentially, as Kuv is going to get this one on target, but it's going to be an easy save in the end. But yeah, right now it's looking all blue right now. And I will say, Palace, this kind of makes me mad, because I think one of the EMDB boys yesterday were playing in this car. It's the, I don't know what decal that is.
Oh, the heart one?
It's the blue one that Luis is using. I just hate it because he's on orange team. One. Is it Gentlemates? Yeah, it's like so confusing.
I hate it just because I'm a K-Corp fan, and Gentlemates is the ops, even though I know Maz is rolling in his grave right now, even though he's most certainly not dead. Knowing that I was jumping around with them Gentlemates fans in Fort Worth 2 years ago. And oh my god, we have a double. It's off target. I wanted that to go in so bad. Blind, I want you to know that I see. Is that even Blind? I don't even know. Whoever took that shot, I want you to know I see you.
And just an update for everybody, we do have the mainstream game, or the second game has kicked off between ECRC in the orange and FSD Chrome in the blue there on the right side of your screen. So we'll be keeping tabs on that as well. But of course, kind of the big storyline right now, Sounders RC, like I keep saying, bottom of the table leading and actually looking very, very strong against
El
this EM
Matador.
side.
El Matador just missed a golden opportunity on the other end. Open net. I think it was no, it was who's in the heart. It was Indestructible. Missed an open net from about 10 feet out onto the post. Otherwise, this game will be 2-2 and potentially headed to overtime. But right now, Ian find themselves in a hole. Almost find themselves in a bigger hole. Luckily, Luis comes in to save the day like he's Spider-Man and saves a goal from Nocturnal, what would have been the dagger.
Yeah, and as you say that, Palace, we have a goal for ECRC, the other Seattle boys, with a beautiful double tap from Gojo, aka R7 Rich, you're gonna call him, but we know him as Gojo here, and that's a really good double tap for the boys in orange. And I guess I will say I was curious about this match only because there's some title implications going on right now. Chrome need to keep up with TA in first place. Of course, if Chrome do win this game, they're not going to jump places in the table, but they're going to inch closer to that TA. And of course, with 2 weeks left, they can't afford to have any more mistakes in their locker. As we see Sounders RC take game number 2 on EM. What a performance from the two Seattle teams so far, as we're now going to jump over to the mainstream. Chrome right on cue. Shaybomb. Smashly, not the touch that he wants, and Shaybomb says thank you very much. Spanky with an unfortunate backflip there in the net. Not going to do it this time, as the San Diego boys will level it at 1. We do see a rare appearance from Smashly here on this Friday night SGL action, and see if that impacts the team. We'll see. I know against a few weeks ago against TA, him and Toad looks like they play games all the time still. So very, very good chemistry those two have in the grand scheme of things. And of course, one of my favorite SGL players in Spanky is on the field too. We do love to see that. So there's another save coming out from Gojo. And Palace, can you give us an update on game 3 from your end? Is it started? What's going on?
So we are about to start game number 3. I forgot to change the map yet again. And so we have another sub for El Matador. It will be the first original lineup, as Skyline, aka Total Toadster, is now back in for Coop. So we'll see how this goes. Game number 3 just getting underway, and we'll see if Sounders RC can complete the sweep and the upset.
Perfect, fantastic. Thanks for the update, Palace. We do have you on the little mini screen there on the right side. Keeping tabs on that one. But right now, this game 1 for FSD Chrome and ECRC looking very, very good. Very, very close. As Smashly goes up in the midfield, and clears this one out. He can get this one in the middle. It's a good save from Mecky Ducky. Another good clearance from Chelsea. Man, as Gojo's going to send this back in. Smashly's up. Can Mecky Ducky get there? It's going to be awkward touch for just about everybody. Smashly's going to turn on this and leave this for Spanky. And just absolute chaos on the left side of your screen. Spanky, I guess it'll be a pass to himself. We'll call it a fake from Smashly. Mecky Ducky had no idea what was going on. Frankly, I didn't either. And it's going to be 2-1. ECRC a little bit late in this game 1. And once again, the title implications for this, as a TA fan, unfortunately, I have to root for Seattle here, as Gojo's going to put another one on target. It's going to be a huge save from Mecky Ducky to keep this one for 1 goal. But right now, this ball is hanging out in the blue half. Not looking good for Chrome as of yet. Spanky going to try and 50 this one into the middle. Chelsea man up over to Shaybomb. Gonna get a shot, but it's gonna be weak in the end. Smashly to clear. Under a minute left. Spanky infield. He's gonna leave it for Gojo. Gojo, a little solar play into the corner. Shaybomb's gonna doink this one up to Mecky Ducky. Mecky Ducky doesn't have any boost, but there's nobody going for ECRC. Spanky's gonna clear this one out right to Shaybomb. Mecky Ducky gets the pass from Shaybomb, but nothing doing there. It's all 3 players for Chrome are in the corner. Shaybomb's going to be forced to retreat. Spanky's just hanging out upfield, but Mecky Ducky is there in time. As we do take a look at the other game, it's still 0-0, and we'll flip to that one as soon as this one ends. But right now, Chelsea man up on the left wall. Can he get this one? No, bumped by Gojo, but still keeps the play. Spanky's going to play this one to himself in the corner. Can't quite follow up Chelsea man. Can he get the flip off the ceiling? J-bomb off the crossbar. And that's not going to do it. It's going to be ECRC taking game 1 against the second place team in SGL. And as I say that, Palace, the other Seattle boys, have scored too.
Some great news for the Seattle teams tonight as Sounders RC take the lead here in game 3. We have a certified upset on the cards as Blian gets on the end of a brilliant pass play from Nocturnal. Spotted him. You know, they tried the same play couple seconds before that. Nocturnal had, you know, angled his car just a little bit too far forward to get the pass back. Didn't quite work out, but he redeemed himself on the second one and got it straight into the line, into the path of Blian, who slotted it perfectly in between Luis and that post. But now we've got EM coming the other way. Who's there? It's Luis. Luis floats it to the middle, but nobody there for El Matador. Sounders looking out of sorts a little bit, but they are able to clear the danger as Nocturnal floats it into the middle where Christmas not able to beat. I believe that was indestructible to the ball. And now EM back on the cards. Can they get one back and, you know, kind of spark something? Blian does not want them to.
Yeah, what a goal from Blian there on the right side of your screen. Skyline just didn't get the touch he wanted. Blian says thank you very much. Luis, I think he was trying to go for a squishy save or something of the sort, as we see Gojo a little bit awkward here back on the mainstream. Chrome and ECRC battling it out as we see a sub coming in. It's going to be Utopia for Smashley. So we'll see if that affects anything in the long run for, I guess, either one of these teams. I know Utopia's been mainly the third for ECRC boys, so we'll see, like I said, if they can get that original chemistry back. Chelsea man on target, but Gojo is back in time and going to double up the field. Meki Ducky is going to beat him to this. Is that on target? I don't think so. Utopia will clear it off to the side. Keep possession. Gojo and Utopia both there. Just leave Spanky back. Shaybomb debated on going for a demo. Didn't. A little bit of chaos for ECRC. I think that's really how they play, though. Chelsea man trying to get this ball in the middle to Shaybomb to Chelsea man. Chelsea man puts it in. Early lead for Chrome.
You're a much better man than I am. If I was in your spot, I would be the most biased commentator ever. So everybody in chat, I want y'all to give a round of applause to Rydog for being impartial, even when it's very, very difficult to. Update here, we got 1 minute left, and El Matador has pulled a goal back. So once again, you know, a late surge from EM. We'll see if they can make anything of it.
Yes. Meki Ducky this time is going to hit the crossbar. Spanky's going to try and clear this one out. Gojo is going to take it from him. But Shaybomb, the midfield presence, too good right now for Chrome. Chelsea man, a rare miss there. Is anybody there for ECRC? It's going to be Spanky a little bit late. Going to try and paint the corner. But 2 players back from Chrome. Nobody was going to beat them there. As Chelsea man pops this one up. Shaybomb is up. That's 2 players. A lot of double commits coming out right now for ECRC. Spanky's left alone. He's going to play this one in the middle, and that's just going to be a tap-in for Meki Ducky. 2-0 for Chrome. As we see 14 seconds left in your game, pals. We're going to focus on that one. 10 seconds left. EM on the attack in the corner. Sounders RC, can they get their first sweep of the season? Nocturnal playing this one down. All they have to do is kill it, and they do. Sounders RC against all odds. Last place in the table. They take a 3-game sweep over EM. What a performance from the Seattle boys. We're going to see if their counterparts can do the same thing here on the mainstream, but it's going to be Shaybomb who puts in a third. But Palace, tell me how the end of that game 3 went.
That was unbelievable. I am frankly a little bit speechless. What happened there was with about 20 seconds left to go, Christmas missed an open net. It was his second open net miss in a crucial situation that could have been the dagger. And that allowed EM to get that last push, that last opportunity, which unfortunately for them, they couldn't make the most of. But some great defense by Sounders RC and some last-minute intervention to get that ball to the floor is what delivered them to victory. So huge congratulations to Sounders RC. That's a huge momentum boost. And frankly, I'm glad they didn't play that well against us last week.
Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, what a performance for the bottom in the league table, and I'm sure they might not be the bottom in the SGL Power Rankings come Monday of next week. That'll be fun for Devin and I to talk about on the podcast. And what we missed over here, we're just approaching halftime. Gojo did put one in as we see some bumps coming out from Utopia, but Spanky just didn't want to commit fully to that. Chelsea Man's gonna get this one off to the side. Gojo's gonna take this one up. That's a good touch. Shea Bomb is up. Gojo with another touch. What a save. Meki Ducky, Utopia gonna try and play this one off to the side. He's gonna get there. So 3 goals for Chrome in the first half of the game. Quickly responded by ECRC. Utopia this time. Chelsea Man with no boost. Shea Bomb couldn't get there in time. And it cuts the lead for Chrome to just 1 with plenty of time left in this pivotal game 2. Is it going to be a third? No. Shea Bomb back in time. But right now, both teams looking out of sorts a little bit. As Gojo goes off the ceiling. Can't quite get that. Spanky up. Can he put it behind Meki Ducky? No. That's a great save from the Duck. And Chelsea Man's going to clear. Is anybody back for ECRC? It is. It's going to be Gojo, but Chelsea Man just big brains Gojo. He's going to get that insurance goal back for the boys in blue. So goal fest in this game 2, under 2 minutes left. Can ECRC kind of work out these things and keep the goals coming? As Meki Ducky, that's a great 50. Spanky is going to have to get there in time, but no boost. And a demo coming out from Chelsea Man means Chrome boys stay on attack. Chelsea Man, how about one more time? Get the hat trick in game 2.
That's the FSD Chrome I know.
That is the FSD Chrome we all know. Palace, are you going to join me?
Yes, I am. I just saw him absolutely shit on whoever. Sorry, I cussed.
Obliterate whoever was on the goal line. I didn't quite see who.
I think it was Spanky, but Spanky didn't have boost to be fair, and it was just
Yeah.
a matter of time as Meki Ducky and Shea Bomb almost combined there. And
Meki
yeah, Palace,
Ducky's
this is a
wrecking
little bit.
ball.
This is almost the opposite of the other series. This one's more of a goal fest.
Yeah, the other one was very, it was very cagey, very, you're not going to get many opportunities, so take them when you can. This is not that. This is the complete opposite. There were more goals in this game than there were shots taken in game 3 of the other one, if that kind of tells you something.
I think that's a great way to put it. Just like you said, very cagey, not wanting to make mistakes, and ultimately Sounders RC took the win in that one. And maybe they need to come in chat and help out their fellow Sounders RC or Sounders fans brethren as they're down in this game 2. It just looked a little bit chaotic for ECRC, if I'm honest. They definitely have the skill and the talent to be able to compete with this Chrome team, but like I said, just a little bit of just awkwardness, double commits, weird touches. Like that pass from Gojo, that's a great touch, but just nobody's there for them, and so it's not going to work out in the end. 20 seconds left. It's hard to see ECRC coming back from this in game 2.
Yeah, not really much you can do at this point other than just look ahead to the third game, kind of get your head screwed back on. I had somewhere I was going with that, and I don't know where I was going with that, but I do know where FSD Chrome is going, and they are going straight to the win column. 1-1.
Yeah, got a little cagey there in kind of the halfway point of the game. Of course, up 3-0, kind of let those 2 goals back in for ECRC, but I think since then it was very obvious after Chelsea Man kind of took over there for Chrome and got those insurance goals back for them. They looked very, very, very good, and you kind of put it perfectly, Palace. They kind of looked like the Chrome that we know. That middle part of the game, we weren't really sure what was going on, but they found it again, and like you said, ultimately got in the win column.
Chat, I would like everybody to know that I am officially in the lobby. So that has nothing to do with anything. I would just like to let y'all know.
No, it's good. You got the live footage now. We
do
2 commentators in the booth. And
I'm seeing one
Is that we
thing.
seeing some? Are we seeing some subs coming out for?
I believe we are. It was Utopia in for Smashly in the last game, and now Smashly's coming back in for, I think, Utopia, but I only see 2 ECRC players in here. So
Toad Death's coming in here, so
okay,
it's
there
gonna be
we go.
Smashly, Toad Death, Gojo, kind of the last season ECRC team against. If you guys remember, I mean, this Chrome team is a new team, of course. Shea Bomb, Chelsea Man, Munza Death, and I'm forgetting their last. Fiery French Toast, I believe, is their remaining roster. They came in midway of last season. It was Mecky Ducky, Doughboy, and Dr. Aquatic and Raid, and I'm missing one more, I think, potentially, on that team. So this is a new team, but they obviously are performing very well.
This lobby, like the lineups for both teams, kind of remind me of like an old guard versus the new bloods kind of matchup. Because ECRC, you know, they have been champions of this league before with this lineup, and oh my God, what's their name? FSD Chrome, you know, really wanting to lay claim to that crown. They've obviously got themselves into the cup final, and now they are wanting to make a push for the league in their first year, as well as Mecky Ducky is going to help them take another step closer to that with that flick. I say that this is old blood, the old guard versus the new bloods, even though everybody in this lobby is geriatric, but the point still stands. It's more of a metaphorical new bloods.
Yeah, of course. And of course, you have the backbone of Mecky Ducky, who's the SGL vet, if you will, kind of taking the reins of this team. But also, he's played more of a third man role and just kind of allowing Shaybomb to own the midfield and Chelsea Man to kind of do whatever he wants. And it's really working for them. And of course, Mecky Ducky is just an insane defender as well. And so it kind of just works out for them as they once again are going to take the lead early in this game 3. Toad Death coming in. Playing this one off the backboard. Gojo's there. Can he snipe him up
what
the
a
corner?
shot.
He can. What a shot from Gojo. It's 1-1.
I mean, it just doesn't get better than that. That is perfect placement. Bink! To take one kind of out of Serrano's playbook.
Yeah, Maz, I agree with you in chat. I think this is the flimsiest that Chrome has looked. And usually more defensive sound, more, you know, playing together, if you will. It looks like there's a lot of nonsense going on as Mecky Ducky once again saves Chrome from going down in this match. Right now, he's kind of my MVP of this match so far. But yeah, it just looks a little bit awkward for Chrome. Really haven't gotten their footing yet. And of course, once they do, they are unstoppable, but just haven't gotten to that point yet.
Gojo coming in, met by Shaybomb. Now onto Smashly, but Smashly doesn't quite get that touch close enough to his teammate, but it does not matter as Shaybomb hits it straight back into him. Now Mecky Ducky, you know, waited, kind of wanted to go Gojo into the challenge. Maybe not the smartest thing to do when you got somebody as mechanically gifted as him. And luckily for them, it works out. But now Mecky Ducky versus 2, Toad Death coming in with an early challenge, but Chelsea Man almost was able to get that over Smashly. Shaybomb back into the middle, and now cleared by Gojo. Over to Smashly. Smashly just a little bit behind Gojo. Otherwise, I think that could have easily been 2-1. But now we go back the other way. It's like you said, this is, you know, even though this one isn't quite the high scoring one, I would still classify it as a slugfest, as both teams are just up in the other's grill, just inside their goal box, just waiting for their chance.
Yeah, I agree completely. That chance was Smashly. He almost just handed it off to his teammates, but nobody reminded Smashly that the Seahawks actually played on Sunday for the Super Bowl and not today against San Diego. So we'll have to see how that impacts things. But yeah, I agree. It's very slugfest, but this game 3 is very much more back and forth, more, hey, you're going to attack, now I'm going to attack, now you're going to attack, now I'm going to attack. As Gojo, that's going to be a miss. Shaybomb is going to get it by the last defender. And under 2 minutes left, Chrome take the lead. I'm not sure, was that Toad Death on the back line that just wasn't sure what was going on.
When you got both teams throwing haymakers, eventually one of them's got to land. Shaybomb taking advantage of the chaos in front of the net, you know, just slides himself in and is able to just put, sorry chat, not like that. Y'all are weird. I don't want to hear it. darn thing from y'all. Y'all are weird, bro.
And once again, though, this ECRC team is looking pretty good. Just not getting the goals for it as Chrome trying to clear this one out, but it's going to be kept in by Toe Death. Chelsea man, big clear out. Mecky Ducky,
What
can
a
he beat
beat.
there? He can. Can't get the double, ran out of boost. Shimom's just going to play this up to Gojo. One's going to go off the backboard. Mecky Ducky doesn't have boost, and luckily he picked up the corner, but a little bit of chaos. Shaybomb needs to get a touch here. It doesn't. It's going to be a prolonged attack for ECRC. That's a huge demo from Chelsea man. 1 minute left, and ECRC need a goal.
I thought, because there was only one man to beat, I thought surely Smashley was going to go up. Instead, he gets a little patient, and is it going to cost him? No, not quite. Just a little bit too hard of a pinch, and Mecky Ducky not able to recover in time as now Gojo brings the ball into the corner. But again, just an errant touch, and FSD Chrome is going to escape yet again.
Big flip from Toe Death in the midfield, but nobody there for ECRC. Gojo's going to play this one up the back line. That's a double commit for Chrome. Can ECRC take advantage of that? Toe Death just going to let Mecky Ducky have it. Gojo's going to play it off to the side. Chelsea man was waiting in time. With that bump from Mecky Ducky, he's going to clear it once again. They get this one on target. No, Smashley is there. 10 seconds left. ECRC have to get a goal if they want to stay alive in this game 3. Gojo doesn't have any boost. Mecky Ducky's just going to kill this game, and does. Chrome, after going down in game number 1, they take 2 quick games. They're on match point.
ECRC getting a little bit too cautious at the end of the game. Ran out of boost, and at that point, I mean, you just got to go. You know, there's no such thing as coffin. I almost said coffin. There's no such thing as caution when you're down 1 goal and the clock's at 0 seconds. You got to do whatever the heck you can. You know, whatever way you can get a touch on that ball, you got to do it. But I know we mentioned that the defense at the beginning of the game wasn't quite where it was for the previous one. But I mean, look at that stat line at the end of it. 7 total saves for FSD Chrome. They had 4 shots total. Whereas ECRC, you know, hammering the net with shots. But I mean, this team, you know, they say that defense wins championships, and I can believe it the way this team is playing.
Yeah, 100% agree. I think the wild stat for me is Toe Death is going to take a seat for Spanky here in this game 4. Toe Death won Golden Boot 2 seasons ago, I believe. No shots. No shots in that game 3. So interesting way of the numbers don't lie sometimes, because I think ECRC did lack some offense kind of in the second half of the game. They were, of course, both teams were attacking. They just weren't, you know, promising chances. It was just, hey, I'm gonna just shoot this on net, whatever, you have an easy save and you clear out. So Palace, pivotal game 4. If Chrome take it, they stay on track in the title race. But if ECRC can take this one, we'll go to Champions Field.
Yeah, I mean, this is where you show your stuff. This is where you test your, test your nettle, I don't know, whatever. But speaking of nets, Smasher just put the ball into one.
Yeah, Spanky, what a double off the corner. And that's what I love about Smashley sometimes, man. He just goes. He doesn't care if he doesn't have boost. He's going to play your miss no matter what. And when you miss, he's scoring. So 1-0, good start for the Seattle boys. Once again, I do want to reiterate, their other Seattle friends had took care of business against EM earlier in the day. Palace, you had the chance of watching that one. As that net's going to be open, but nobody there for ECRC. Shaybomb and Spanky over on the orange sidewall. As Gojo, can he get back in time? He can. There's a demo on the back line. This net is open for a second. Spanky can get over Chelsea, man. That's a great play from Spanky, and it's 2-0.
Perfect placement right there. He had all the time in the world. And when you got all the time in the world and you got a defender coming out of a demo, I'm going to expect you to score. But against a defender like Chelsea, man, you're going to need a good shot. That was a good shot.
Yeah, that was a great shot from Spanky. Just didn't really choose placement, chose power and saying, hey, I'll shoot it right at you. It's going to go above you, and you better jump quick because it's coming fast. As Smashley doing Smashley things, getting the demo, but Ducky's going to have a free challenge as Spanky just didn't want to commit to that. Spanky 50 at no. Chelsea is going to play this over to the side, but Smashley being very patient. keeping this one, but here comes Shaybomb, met by Gojo. Smashy's gonna go. That's what I just said. Causing 2 to go up for Chrome, but no immediate counterattack here. Chelsea Man's gonna get there on the end of this, but no boost. Gonna play this one in the middle. What a play from the MVP candidate, Chelsea Man, over to Shaybomb. Cuts the lead in half.
Yeah, great. Just perfectly weighted touch from Chelsea Man to get that into the middle. And, you know, 2 teammates almost getting each other's way. Luckily, Meki Ducky, I think Shaybomb called him off of that because of the way that he flipped. It was just too perfect, and it was, frankly, inch perfect. It had to be, otherwise he was bumping his teammate out the way, and that might have been a tilting moment. Luckily for them, they are now back in this game. One thing that I'm noticing real quick before I hand it back off to Rydog, one thing I'm noticing is ECRC executing a little bit more in the physical game. You know, they were dropping hints of doing that at the end of the previous game. We saw Toe Death going for a couple on the line when they were trying to get that last goal back. But this game has been a bit more successful, and you're seeing that reflected on the scoreboard.
Chelsea Man gonna try and play this one to himself. Doesn't quite get the double tap, but that's a great point, Palace. As that's the typical ECRC fashion, right? Kind of a little bit chaotic, demos, bumps, players in places they really shouldn't be. That's just kind of the ECRC way, and they've made it work for so long. As Meki Ducky gets a fake, can he beat another 1-0? Gojo dies for his efforts, but Smashley clears, and still plenty of time on the clock. Oh, just approaching halfway. As Meki Ducky another fake. It's a 1v1. Meki Ducky going for the bump, but Gojo had him read the whole way, saying, "You can't fake me."
I respect that so much from Meki Ducky. I don't got anything else to say. I respect that.
It was close. It was a good play. It was a good attempt. I think that's the right place to do it, but Gojo just had him read. Spanky's going to play this one up to Smashley, but it's going to be a fake. Smashley doesn't have boost, but nobody really knows that, as Meki Ducky's going to play this one off to the side. Gojo going to win a 50, going to try another one, but Shaybomb and Meki Ducky combining. Smashley with a full tank of boost. Not this time is Gojo. That net is open. Can Smashley tuck this in? He can. Insurance goal for ECRC in game 4.
Man, just not the touch that Chelsea Man wanted. He wanted to get that over to Shaybomb. He would have been better served to just boom that thing. But, you know, what happened, happened. And now it's 3-1.
Again, I'm going to go back to Maz's point earlier in the stream. They just look discombobulated, Chrome. I think Meki Ducky's looks good. Chelsea Man's look good at times. Really, Shaybomb has looked good at times. It's just usually maybe we're just used to them looking good all the time.
Yeah, it hasn't
going to
been
play
the
this
same
one around and not quite.
Yeah, it hasn't been the same consistent performance from FSD Chrome, but now they're back in the offensive half. Smashley misses the touch. Gojo able to get the 50, prevent that from going back to the backboard. Smashley just able to get that into the middle, and now Spanky will be the first one to it, as Chelsea Man was out of boost and frankly had no interest in the ball. Meki Ducky over to the middle, but he is actually going to be the first one to read his touch.
As also putting some more things in the chat. When ECRC are efficient with their boost, they are really, really good. And I agree, they do a lot with no boost, and it's really frightening because you know that they don't have boost, and so you adjust your game accordingly. But it doesn't matter. They're going to play the same way. They're going to do the exact same things. It's just so hard to play against sometimes. Spanky's going to clear this one out. Unfortunately, it's going to go right into the middle. Chelsea Man, can he get this one on target? He can. Meki Ducky played this one out. Can Chelsea Man get this one in the middle? Touch Shaybomb! Just absolute chaos in front of the orange goal, and the insurance goal is gone for ECRC. Lead is 1 with 30 seconds left.
Spanky had an opportunity to get that clear, and Gojo hit it straight back into the path of FSD Chrome. You don't want to leave them a door with 35 seconds left. A fake! A double fake! Now Chelsea Man falls back in the corner, and that's a dangerous bounce. Luckily, Smashley takes a good touch on it, and now Shaybomb has to go collect and regroup in his own half of the field, which he does. Oh, what a,
can he get this
goal.
one on target?
What a goal.
That is the most Smashley goal I've ever seen, other than an own goal. Gojo
That's
playing
crazy.
it, Smashley backflip, totally caught Chelsea Man out.
Personally, I wouldn't take that disrespect. Personally,
crazy.
I wouldn't have it. He said that's crazy. He's the one who said it.
I'm sick. Justice for Smashly.
I don't know, man. It's never a series unless Smashy scores an own goal, which he hasn't scored one yet, which is very concerning, I think, if you are an ECRC fan. But as the time winds down in this Game 4, Palace against all odds. I did not expect this at all. ECRC and Chrome are going to Champions Field.
I mean, ECRC just started better that game. You know, they were on it. They executed better throughout. And yeah, when you start off like that, you put FSD Chrome on the back foot early, it can be difficult for them to come back from that. So we saw that in this game. You know, they had a couple chances, had, you know, the door left open for them. Unfortunately, they could not burst that open. So we'll see what exactly they do to adjust in Game 5. And I wonder if we're going to see a sub from ECRC. Or if we're going to see...
If I'm ECRC, though, I don't make a sub. I think you got to keep it. I think that's the lineup that's work. For some reason, Smashly comes in and doesn't play this game all too much anymore, according to Toad in chat. Or at least he doesn't play with Toad all too much anymore. I mean, Smashly's look really good. Obviously, a hat trick from him. Gojo, a hat trick of assists. Spanky holding down the back line. It's just old school ECRC, and I think that's just been lacking, you know, this season for them. Just them falling kind of down the table. You know, we'd expect this team to be a top 4 team, but when you lose that identity that they've had for so long, it caused them to slip. At least that's what I think, in my opinion. And so now that in these games they have it back and they're winning games, so maybe I'm crazy, but Palace, nonetheless, we are going to Champions Field. We are here in Champions Field. Game 5 underway.
I mean, yeah, at this point, best of 1. This is a toss-up. If you ask me to predict what's going to happen in this game, I couldn't tell you. Right now, ECRC starting off on the front foot. Good chance from Gojo goes to waste. And now Chelsea Man looks for options in the middle. Floats one to the backboard over Gojo. Smashly wisely waits for that. And he read the timing from Shaybomb very well there.
Absolutely. Just still some double commits and some concerning things for ECRC, but really haven't been punished as of yet. Mecky, Ducky, and Spanky do meet, but all 3 ECRC players are on this side of the field. Gojo is going to take this one after picking up the midfield boost. Mecky Ducky there is waiting on the side. That's another good bump from ECRC. Smashly there holding down the back line. So play this over to Mechanical Gojo. Gojo almost left it for Spanky. I think Spanky had called him off, but Gojo was in a better spot as Mecky Ducky. Can he get this one over Spanky? No. There's going to be a demo from Mecky Ducky. Maybe Chrome. It's Chrome's turn to level up the physicality a little bit in this Game 5.
Who's there? What a touch from whoever was on the goal line right there. I think that might have been Smashly, because otherwise that was a surefire goal. But now Gojo finds himself in some open space, hits it up to the ceiling, but ran out of boost and ran out of momentum in the right direction. Now Mecky Ducky tries to get that over to, is only able to get it to Chelsea Man, who regroups on the ground. Good 50 into the corner, but Smashly ready and waiting to meet that as that ball goes back into the middle, but nobody there to meet it off the backboard bounce from Shaybomb.
Yeah, Chrome taking the physical approach here. I've already mentioned it, but some demos from Mecky Ducky on the back line has caused some chaos for ECRC as there's another double commit. If Mecky Ducky can steal this boost, he can, and get the ball into the middle. Chelsea Man and Spanky go up. Spanky wins the battle, but it goes right to Mecky Ducky, but Smashly is there. So FSD Chrome turning up the heat in this Game 5, something they've really missed to this point, but it's going to be ECRC on the attack. No, Shaybomb is going to clear.
Mecky Ducky collects at midfield, flicks over one. Oh, Shaybomb, I don't think he trusted the miss. And now that ball is going to go back into the middle, but to nobody. Although Chelsea Man, Spanky waited a little bit too long. Chelsea Man, can he get this down? No. Gojo is ready and up there to meet it, but now Shaybomb wanted the bump on Smashly, just flipped over him and missed it, but the ball is going to stay in the defensive half for ECRC as Shaybomb comes back in. Backboard bounce. Gojo couldn't quite jump to meet it, and Mecky Ducky will punish you for any mispositioning, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Hesitation
He's just there.
Yeah, my game crashed, but luckily Maz is streaming it to Discord, so I can see what is going on. Because that's a really good finish for the FSD Chrome Boys, and they really do need that going up just after the halfway point in this pivotal Game 5 in the title race. But yeah, I agree. ECRC have just looked too hesitant. So that's going to be a huge demo, but Mecky Ducky is back in time. Gojo, great 50 to keep this ball in the blue half, but nothing really doing this time. Yeah, like I said, they just looked a little bit hesitant, a little bit awkward, not ready to commit fully. ECRC and Chrome take advantage.
Gojo now upping the speed a little bit, which is good to see if you're ECRC. Speaking of Gojo, he's now on the ball. Shaybomb with a good 50, hits it back to Spanky. Spanky couldn't find either of his teammates. Now Shaybomb hits it dangerously towards the net. It is going to go wide off the backboard. Chelsea Man couldn't quite get the 50, but now he's on the ball with space and time. Off backboard, and to who else? It's Mecky Ducky with 70 seconds left to go.
Yeah, had to be Mecky Ducky, right? I mean, from Chelsea Man, that might be the deadliest combo, one of the deadliest combos in the league, combining again, and ECRC really got to turn it on if they want to keep their series win hopes alive. But yeah, it just looked very awkward. Once again, I think the mistakes finally catching up to them a little bit, just like that. Smashly, not sure what's going on. There's another double commit coming out. Shaybomb, that net is open, but that's a great save from Gojo to keep them in this. 1 minute left. Is there magic in the cards, or is Chrome gonna sneak this out in 5?
Mecky Ducky getting, honestly, getting a little bit lost in the sauce right there. I feel like he would have been better served to boot that downfield. But I am not him, and that's why I'm not in the MVP race. So, anyways, Shaybomb gets 50 in his own half. Gojo tries to send a middle. Spanky's there, but the ball just got hit into the path where he just couldn't direct it on net. And chat, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. All I know is we got 22 seconds left, and Gojo, Sounders need one right now.
I don't think it's going to come. Here comes Chelsea Man on the left-hand wall. It's going to get another flip into this, but it's a double commit pinch out all the way to the other end, but Shaybomb is there, and I think Mecky Ducky just hanged out in net in the meantime, and so the FSD Chrome Boys are going to do it. They take it in 5, and they stay alive in the title race. As that,
oh my God,
that one was an insane
Ducky
shot, but Mecky Ducky wants to pad his save stats.
He
Wow,
said, I'm not even going to let y'all have that. Like, he was like, wait, that was their only save of the game. Gojo, I'll be real. Gojo being salty in chat. He said, devs do nothing for this game. As if y'all don't know, FSD Chrome is a team with 3 devs on it. So a little bit of salt coming out at the end from ECRC, but frankly, there's nothing to be salty about. You guys played a great game against one of the best teams in the league. So you guys need to keep your heads up. I'll keep it a buck. That was very good. Y'all far exceeded my expectations. Well done.
I agree completely. I think if you look at the table, you look at the form of these two teams, you'd think, oh, Chrome is winning this easily. No questions answered. And maybe the match before, Palace, that you were talking about was maybe just like telling the future a little bit of, hey, the Seattle boys are here to play no matter what. And so Chrome, of course, sneakily gets it done to keep themselves in the title race. I think that's just a testament to how good of a team they are, of course, where they can all have an off day, but they all figure out a way to win. So, of course, congrats to the FSD Chrome Boys. And yeah, for ECRC, I think the mistakes just caught up to them a little bit. Double commits, whiffs, awkward play. It's kind of the balance of their play style of causing chaos, creating chaos, being chaotic. Like I mentioned, players not rotating back completely, just being in awkward spots and everything. But that sometimes is what happens, is you causing chaos, but sometimes your teammates, there's chaos there too. And so unfortunately they weren't able to get it done in that final game when they needed to most. But like you mentioned, Palace, an unreal performance from them. They've got to keep their heads high. That's 2 solid points for them against the number 2 team in the league. So congratulations to them for at least putting up a fight and not having this be a 3-0 sweep.
Absolutely. I mean, it looked at a lot of points that ECRC could have won that series. Had a couple different things gone their way. It's like you said,
had the execution just been a little bit better, especially in, I think about was it game 3 or honestly, even a little bit in the beginning of game 5, because, as you guys can see on the screen, FSD only had one save, and that was the 0-second, garbage time, like, nice shot into the corner. But if there's just a little bit better offensive execution from ECRC in game 5, that could have been a completely different game. But I just want to say, why does ECRC always have to start playing good right before they play us? This doesn't make sense. Like, y'all, this league has it out for me, I swear, man. These haters out here don't want to see a young Mexican succeed, bro. This they don't want to see it. Well,
I mean,
well played.
I mean, they're just keeping teams on their toes, right? I think you could say this about any team in this league. I think now, especially with Sounders RC's upset over EM, like, you can't sleep on any team. Any team can come, and I've said this about SGL since I joined the league in season 7, where it's a competitive enough league to where you have to play your best game at all times. And of course, sometimes you get lucky. Chrome just did not look like themselves today, but they still got it done. And that's what separates, I think, the good teams from the great teams. Of course, Chrome being a great team and absolutely deserving where they are at the table. So, of course, congratulations to them for that. Maz, do you know if we have any interviews, or if we have any, maybe we could, I don't know if the league table's updated. I can also jump in and update stuff if needed. But yeah, what a performance. Both of the series, I mean, we could, while we're just kind of waiting here, Palace, let's talk about that first series too, that we were kind of going back and forth with you there. You were in it the entire time. 3-0 sweep from Sounders RC, which sounds kind of absurd. Maybe give us just like a high-level breakdown of what happened during that series.
Yeah, that series was it was a fever dream. It was very cagey all the way through, very low scoring in every single one of the games. And every single one of the games had the same progression. Well, actually, that's not true. First game, El Matador was the first one to score. But, sorry, my brain is completely off, y'all. El Matador was the first one to score. Sounders RC came back, turned that one around, won that game 2-1. The next two games both followed the same script, where Sounders RC would get to an early lead by a couple goals. El Matador not really threatening very much. But then with about 45 seconds left to go, El Matador would score a goal, usually through Indestructible. And they would look for a second. They would look really dangerous. They'd have a chance, but ultimately Sounders RC would end up closing out both those games and getting the 3-0 sweep. El Matador, even though they did score the first goal in game 1, they came out looking a little bit just all over the place, like they weren't ready for the game. And it makes sense, as Sounders RC were the first ones in the lobby. They were in there right at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whatever o'clock where your time zone was. They were in the lobby early. And so, whereas El Matador, Luis came into the lobby like past 5, and we had a couple technical difficulties, so the game got delayed as it was. But Luis came in, he was like, sorry, y'all, I forgot we had this game. I'm booting up right now. He got caught up doing something else, and it looked a little bit haphazard from EM, the way they got into the lobby. But that kind of reflected on the field, because they just looked out of sorts for the entire match.
Yeah, fair enough. And I think I said it a little bit earlier on the podcast that I think EM are properly rated, mid-table team. And I think with that being the case, they're just beatable, right? And so I don't know what that's super attributed to. Of course, obviously the things that you were mentioning are who knows, right? We have to go back and look at the tapes to see if it's been like a bigger issue over the course of the season. But Like I mentioned, you got to come out and play every single series like it's your last, every single series like it's a championship, because you have a real chance of winning each time. And I think kind of shifting over to this series too, it's like anything can happen, right? ECRC, you're down in 6th right now, playing a team that's still in title contention. It took them all the way to 5, and frankly, a few more bounces or a few different bounces in that game 5 can lead to a completely different result. So like I mentioned, just a crazy experience that we got to. And I'm, like I said, Palace, I'm super glad that at least one of the series wasn't a sweep. We got to commentate some good games.
Yeah. Yeah, I fully agree. That was a very fun series that we just had right here.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I don't think we're gonna have any interviews at the moment for either team, so we're just waiting. Oh, we are gonna have an interview. It's gonna be Gnostic from EM, which I don't know if I can drag him in here. I think I can. So let me do that. Let's get him in here and we can start talking to him. Maz, don't worry about the stream. We'll be good. You can keep doing your things. Mr. Gnostic from EM. Obviously not the series we just watched. We watched you guys a little bit earlier, but I guess crazy results. I guess talk to me through it. 3-0 sweep on the unfortunate end is probably not what was in the cards tonight.
Well, it was in the cards tonight, unfortunately. We were dealt a bad hand with West servers. We'll cope. We'll say that's why we lost. But it's a good game, though, I think.
So, I guess let me ask you about the start of the game, because this is what I kept harping on. It was just a little bit slow. You know, you guys came in, and to be fair, we did start the game late, and so it didn't really end up mattering that much. But it seemed like in chat, Luis was talking about he was somewhere else and was like just getting on and stuff like that. You know, what did, I guess, did that lack of like a warm-up period, you know, how much did it really affect y'all in chat? What were the vibes like?
Totally affected us. It's all SGL's fault, and Luis's fault. Plus,
if the game started on time, you know, they would have had the right to call for a forfeit because y'all were so late. But
would the game have started on time though? Because I know Maz, or I think
No.
Maz is having problems. Yeah, so I'm blaming
that was the only reason we started late. That was the only reason there was no consequences. Is because the technical difficulties. Otherwise, y'all might have had they would have had the right to call for a forfeit. But no, back to the point. So I guess, like, how did it affect the way that you guys played?
I don't really think it affected much. I was pretty warm going into it. I had like a good hour of playtime before. I thought I played pretty well. I missed, I think we could have at least had the series at 2-3. We definitely could have won 2 games if I had just hit my shots, which was unlucky. But I think overall I played pretty decently. I know Luis was struggling a lot. His ping was a steady 100, and that's never easy. Yeah. But, oh well.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
He's on the complete other half of the country, right? Like he's compared to West servers. So yeah, I understand how that is kind of on this half of things playing on East servers. So I completely understand. I guess kind of an interesting question or weird question. Talk to me about Sounders RC, because you look at them at the bottom of the table, and I guess from you guys, was there ever a doubt of like, hey, like we, like overconfidence, maybe like, oh, hey, we got this. This team is at the bottom. Like, we'll be able to beat them just fine. Or were you guys worried at all?
I don't think we were overconfident. We also didn't have Huey tonight. I don't know where he is. Huey might have been a game changer.
He's out getting the Oklahas.
Yeah, everything but playing with the team. Unlucky. But the lineup of Luis and Huey would be really good, and I think that's definitely a game one for us.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
speaking of, oh wait, sorry, keep going.
No, it's all right. You got it.
Looking ahead, you know, your next game is a cup tie. It is the lower final versus, you know, yours truly. I guess what adjustments are you looking to make as a team, if there really are any? And, you know, how do you turn your focus from this, you know, kind of at the end of the week going into that cup final? Or,
I don't
sorry,
think.
lower final.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything to worry about against your team at
Valid.
all.
Fighting
Yeah.
words.
I mean, to be fair, you saw what we did against the Cauldron last night, so he's not completely wrong.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
I'm not even sweating at all. No nerves.
Valid.
Valid.
I wouldn't if I was you either. I'll be
I-
completely honest. I emptied the tank against Timber's army. Like you guys have seen a marked difference in how I have played since, because I like laser focused on that game, because like I'll keep it a buck, y'all. I wanted to beat Loy Boy. I'd never beaten him in the league, and so I was laser focused, and you have seen it in the way that I've played like shit since then. So he's not wrong.
Yeah, you're on a post-nut cooldown.
I really am. Like a multiple week long.
Hey, sometimes it takes that long, I guess.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I'm gonna get us back on track just a little bit here with Gnostic. Just a little bit.
Post-nuts.
Yeah, I guess.
Nope.
I just wanted to ask my final question. I'll turn it back over to Palace if he has more questions. But I guess obviously, like Palace mentioned, you guys have the cup next week against La Cinco Doce. I guess overall, just from the season as a whole, like what does a successful season look like for you guys? Is that winning the cup? Is that, you know, winning your remaining matches? Obviously, you guys are kind of right at the middle of the table, and so I guess what does success look like now?
I think success is just showing up and having fun, really. I don't think we take it that seriously, but it's just nice to play a game once a week with the homies.
Hell yeah.
So I think success is that we're all alive next week to play.
Valid. I like that outlook.
Yeah.
Skyline in chat saying, for me, it was never focused on the league game, just fighting for the cup.
That's
So,
literally
Skyline
how I
putting-
feel, Skyline.
Yeah.
I'm exactly the same way. Skyline and I are of the same mindset. We are of the same profile picture, the same name, and the same mindset. We both want the cup.
He didn't notice until today, or because I told him that I had like sent his profile picture to everyone, telling them to change
Ain't
it
no
for a
freaking
prank.
way.
He didn't notice
Skyline.
it until today.
Skyline, I know you're 90 years old, but you got to put your glasses on and like open your eyes at some point. Because I know you might be 90, but your vision is not 90-90, bro. You can use your context clues. I know you used to be a detective. You can notice these things, little bro. I'm disappointed in you, little bro.
He's got unk brain.
On God. I think that's really all I.
Post-nut.
Speaking of nuts, that series was nuts. But, Rydog, if you don't have any more questions, then I would like to hand the floor to Gnostics, if that's okay.
Is the
Yeah,
floor
do it.
mine?
It is.
Yes.
Do it.
So shout out whoever you want, say whatever you want, as long as it's not slurs. Here you go.
Shout out Michael Jackson.
On God.
The new season of Jujutsu Kaisen. And shout out these new challenges for the Valentine's Day, the Golentines.
Oh my God, that's pissing me off. The
yeah,
freaking high five one.
I'm fiending for the high five one right now, so hopefully I get that.
What if you and I play together and we coordinate a high five?
The high five? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, if you want.
Hell yeah.
How many high fives do you have? The
I
Skyline
have
and I
like
go for
4 all time.
I have 63 and 600 low fives.
I have like
Pretty
4.
good.
Yeah, Skyline and I go for those all the time.
Nice.
So I should get it, hopefully.
They be touching tips. You love to
But-
see it.
We do a little Eiffel Tower as well.
Arc de Prince or something like that, right? Or what's
Yeah.
the Paris Prince or something? What's that new map called? Yeah. Yeah.
Park
All
the
right.
Tower.
Well, Gnostic, thank you so much for joining us in the booth. Appreciate all your insights and your fun times, of course, with Mr. Palace. And we'll see you next time.
All right, appreciate y'all. Have a good one. Shout out
Peace.
Maz.
You too.
Shout out Maz.
Shout out to
of course.
Maz. Yes, powering through technical difficulties. But I believe next up is going to be Spanky of ECRC. Wait, are we gonna have?
No, we're not
Um,
doing any more interviews tonight.
Are we?
We're just gonna kind of leave it there. I know it's kind of weird. There's kind of some behind the scenes things going on. I'll let kind of the admin speak on that when we get to that point. But Palace, we're gonna wrap this stream up. Do we have a league table, at least with one of the matches up, or maybe something like that?
I'm gonna keep it a
not, no
buck. I
worries,
have no
but-
idea, but I got something to say after this. Let's review this, and then I got something to say after this.
Perfect. We have a league table for you right now. I think at least the Sounders RC match has been updated. I don't think the ECRC match Chrome series has been updated quite yet. Like I said, we'll wait for the admins to speak on kind of those sorts of things there. Skyline, thank you for the 500 bits. But yeah, I think things status quo. Chrome's still in contention. TA may potentially running away with it. We'll see. Lacinco Dose and Chrome right there behind them. Unfortunately, they're out of contention, but battling for third place there in the remainder of the season. EM fall to 5-7 after getting swept by bottom table Sounders RC. They're now up to 15 points. So congratulations to them. What you got, Palace?
Yeah, so this has absolutely nothing to do with anything about the table, about any of the results tonight. Perfect. We're back on the main screen. So I can say what I want to say. Everybody right now, I would like to call your attention to something. Last night, I was made aware of something that's been going on. Some things are bigger than Rocket League. And we've had a couple things going on in the last few weeks. So this kind of adds on to it. Last night I was informed that a friend of a member of Los Cinco Doce, and former members of Los Verdes as well. A friend who, he's been in chat with us a bunch. He just joined the server, new community member and everything, was looking to play for Los Verdes next season. Has fallen ill. He was diagnosed with a brain virus, and he woke up. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but long story short, he's in the hospital. Took a couple of days for him to wake up, and he is awake, as of yesterday for the first time this week. So thank goodness. Hopefully that seems to be, reversing course and getting better. But if you are the type to pray, please do that for a member of our his name is Arone, Arone. Real life name is Aaron, and he's another young gun like some of ours, and so it's unfortunate to see. It's really sad to see that happen. Really scary, especially for his friends, his family and stuff like that. So please lift him up in your thoughts and prayers if you can, because we joke around a lot around here, but at the end of the day, this is a community. We are all real people with real lives, real friends, and some things are bigger than the BS that we kind of do in here on a daily basis. So sending love to Arone and his family, and we're wishing you a very speedy recovery. We will keep you in our thoughts and prayers.
Yes, absolutely. Thought and some prayers to the Los Cinco Doce LV community. Of course, you guys who know them. Yeah, thoughts and prayers for sure. And hopefully everything turns out okay. I appreciate you saying that, Palace, because we are a strong community, and obviously we hope everybody is okay at the end of the day. So thoughts and prayers there. But on that note, Palace, we are going to end the stream here. Any final thoughts from our matches today?
Not really. You know, I mean, both of them were shocking in different ways, but both of them were very fun. So yeah, overall, I had a good time today.
So did I. So did I. Really excited to see just anything can happen in this league. It doesn't matter where you are on the table. You have to come to play every single week, every single day, because you never know what's going to happen. And that's what I love so much about SGL. But with that being said, for Palace in the booth, my name is Rydog, and of course from Maz behind the scenes, thank you so much for tuning in. And we will see you guys next time. Peace.
Adios.